Hi again, curling fans. Just a second ago, the last rock coming to a stop here to conclude the final draw of the round robin, and we are getting a little bit more clarity on the playoff picture. We're going to take you through all of it right now as we crunch the numbers. Some teams clearly through, other teams still try to figure out if they're in a tiebreaker or into the playoffs. But one team going through, Team Holman. At the beginning of tonight, we told you that they needed to win to get through to the playoffs. They've done that. And so let's have a conversation with the third, Tracy Fleury, on the postgame show right now. Tracy, come on in. A 7-4 victory over Yoshimura at the beginning of the night. We talked to skipper Rachel. She said this team is going to be ready to go. You're confident, and when these games mean more, you bring your best. You've done it again.
Yeah, I think that was our best team game so far here in Nisku, and Yoshimura's team's always strong. They always give us good games, and we really wanted that one to get straight through the playoffs.
And you're into the playoffs with this victory here tonight, a 3-1 record in a place you guys love to play. More on that in a second, but the 3 in the fifth end sticks out to me. Tell us how you were able to make that happen.
Yeah, just got our rocks in good places. Rachel read the ice really well. We communicated well, and then she made that quiet board weight hit for the 3, and that kind of put the momentum on our side.
Tracy, so many people have been commenting on my social media about you in particular and what you have meant to this team and allowing Team Holman to elevate to a completely different level. What has this all been like for you?
Oh, it's been incredible. Yeah, I've always admired these girls and their talent, and they just right from the beginning really welcomed me to the team, and I find we all have different personalities that just work really well with one another, and what a ride it's been.
You're into the playoffs now, and it seems it's exactly where you want to be. How much better do you have to be?
Yeah, we definitely had some misses our first couple games, but we're learning out there, and that's the important thing, to just keep learning and communicating and keep building, and we love the playoffs, so we hope to bring our best.
All right, look out. We'll let you get some rest. We'll see you in the playoffs, Tracy.
Thank you.
All right, Tracy Fleury, Team Holman. Moving on here, Team Returnez with a victory just now over Team Mouat, and just before that, Team Gushue with a massive win here tonight, a 4 in the 7th, a fist pump from the skipper, Brad Gushue. Haven't seen that for a while, and we'll bring him onto the postgame show. Brad, a little bit of emotion from you. How much did that one mean? How crucial was this victory?
Yeah, if I didn't make that one, we were going home. So obviously we want to try and play this weekend and play on Sunday, so it was nice to make that shot.
To that point, Mark really did a number on that rock to get it to curve in there. A team shot as always. Tell me about that, Em, because I caught the granite all over the place, but how did it get to that point?
Yeah, it just looked early in the end like a blank wasn't going to be a possibility, and we were actually sitting pretty good. So we just switched gears and tried to see if we could score 2 or 3, and fortunately got a 4 and ended the game. It was just one of those decisions that you have to make early. I think if you try and get a blank, the way it was set up, we're probably going to end up getting forced. So we made the switch.
Is it fair to say that that fist pump was a bit of a release? Because I know there's been a little bit of frustration at times, but some emotion from you, and I know when I'm seeing emotion from you, you're engaged, and now I don't know what the playoff scenario is. I don't know if you do, if it's a tiebreaker or you're straight through. Have you figured that out yet?
No, we're in a tiebreaker. We had an incredible draw this week, but just the way it worked, we didn't get straight through. So we got to play a tiebreaker tomorrow morning against McEwen. But yeah, just trying to bring a bit more emotion and be a little bit more enthusiastic out there, get the guys fired up a little bit. But we didn't want to go home. We actually played pretty decent this week and just really haven't made a ton of shots. Like I think if you watch the game there against Matt, the second end was emblematic of how our season's gone. I make a pretty good run back, just hit it a hair on the outside and it jams and we give up 2. And a pretty good shot, pretty good throw, but didn't work out. And that's just kind of how it felt so far this year. So to pull out a win, it was nice, and hopefully we could play solid tomorrow against Mike.
That's 2 Gushue wins today over at the Beaumont Curling Club. 3.
Yeah, my oldest daughter won her first game in Halifax as well. So, yeah, good day for the Gushues.
Were you able to get over at all to the Beaumont Curling Club? I know Marissa and them, they were on at 4, and it was a clinical, I think, 11-0, 12-0 victory.
Yeah, it was 13-0. I actually watched it on the stream. Just for our pregame routine, it was probably going to mess up with it a little bit too much, but we'll see how tomorrow goes. If I can get over there, I'm going to get over there, but worst case, I'm going to watch it online, and hopefully she's here Sunday, and I can watch her there, hopefully watch from the next sheet.
Well, I was going to say tomorrow could be a big. I mean, if you're going to get here Sunday, you got to play 3 games. How do you approach a day like that, Brad, knowing that you could have a big lift ahead of you?
Yeah, really just get through the tiebreaker is the first thing. I think once you do that, then you focus on the next game, and it's cliche, but really it is one game at a time. If you look at it and think we got to win 3, that's a pretty daunting task. So it's going to be tough enough to go out and beat Mike tomorrow, and that's really all we can focus on at this point.
Was it important for you guys to get into a winner-take-all sort of elimination situation to get those juices flowing for the big stage a month from now?
Listen, our backs have been against the wall all year because we've lost a lot early and had to, a lot of must-win games. So I don't think that was necessary. But just getting more games on good ice against good teams, like it's, we're not where we want to be yet. We're getting closer. So the more games we can play, the more opportunity we have to get to where we want to be.
All right, a hat trick for the Gushues today. We'll let you get some rest, Brad.
Thanks.
All right, Brad Gushue. He's into a tiebreaker. Like I said, we're doing this live, so we're figuring out the playoff scenario as we go, and I think we actually have some of the situations playing out right now. I have it hot off the press. So, teams qualified for the playoffs: Epping, Mouat, Dunstone, Adine, Schwaller, and Returnez. The tiebreakers tomorrow morning: Gushue versus McEwen, Muscatowitz versus Waddell. So, put the coffee on. We're going to be at it early tomorrow. On the women's side, Tirinzoni, Hasselberg, Holman, Constantini, the other Schwaller through, and Einerson all through as well. Tiebreakers: Tabata and Rana, Fujisawa and Gim. It is a full slate of tiebreakers. Breathless action here. All right, we'll keep it going on the postgame show, and we'll bring in Bruce Mouat, one of the teams directly qualified for the playoffs, as he runs into the play. Here we go, Bruce. Okay, listen, not the result you wanted here tonight against Returnez, but in some respects, it feels a little bit like a trap game. You're undefeated, and they're fighting for the playoffs lives. How do you approach a game like that?
Well, we still wanted to go and perform well to kind of give us the momentum leading into the playoffs because we knew we had already qualified. So, yeah, we were a bit disappointed not to really get the 2s with our hammer, so we're going to have to work hard to do that tomorrow.
I know your team well enough to know that there are indications early in a game that let you know where you want to be. Where are you guys right now at this point of the slam?
In a pretty good spot. We just struggled a wee bit with the icing today. So the last 3 games that we had played were pretty close to very good games. So we're in a very good spot if we just come out tomorrow and start off with the hammer and get the 2 on the board earlier than hopefully get that nose in front.
It is playoff time. You guys seem to play your best in the playoffs, and you're going to likely be playing a team that has to be up a lot earlier than you do, Bruce. What is it about the playoffs that brings out the best in this team?
Well, it's the experience that we've had over the years that we use it to our advantage. So, we know a lot about what it is like to play in playoffs now. So, yeah, we come out, we try and make use of that hammer that we're probably going to get if we're 3-1, but who knows. We'll just try our best tomorrow and use that experience to our advantage.
We find ourselves speaking once again on a Pride night at the Grand Slam of Curling, and I know just off camera I saw in my peripheral you were speaking with the president of Curling with Pride here in Edmonton. He told me, Bruce, earlier tonight that he cheers for Canadians, but Team Mouat has very quickly become one of his favorites. What does it mean on a night like tonight to look behind the sheet, to have people from our community here celebrating? The vibe was great in this building, and have people in this country saying, I'm all about Team Mouat.
It means a lot to me. We had a few people behind the sheet holding up a Mouat sign. It's really special because, when I was growing up, I didn't necessarily see that space within our sport, and then coming to Canada and seeing that nearly every major city had that Curling with Pride League or something along those lines, and then to understand that there's a national Pride League. Yeah, it's just really special to get to know a lot of the the communities within the cities. It's been really special over the years, and I've actually made a lot of really good friends, and David's really done a lot of good things for the Curling with Pride League, so I'm really excited to see where they go with it, and yeah, hopefully one day I can do something like that back home and we can do a World Championships.
Yeah, well, listen, you're inspiring a whole group of people, and I mean, the legions of fans are growing, Bruce. They're everywhere. So, listen, congratulations on qualifying for the playoffs. We'll see you right back here, likely to have another chat.
We'll see you then.
All right. Thanks, Bruce. Skipper Bruce Mouat and company through to the playoffs despite dropping a game here to Team Returnez here tonight. They're through a 3-1 record. Of course, last season, they won 4 slams in one season, including right here inside this venue. So you know that they want to win it all here once again. So too did Team Homan. They're through to the playoffs as well. Well, just a second ago, you heard Bruce talking about David Gallant, the president of Curling with Pride. He's going to join us right now on the postgame show. So, David, step on into the bright lights. Wonderful to see you. What a night it has been. What a buzz here in the arena, and what a great finish to the evening. I know you're a huge curling fan, so let's start right there, and then we'll get into Pride Night, but just how exciting and fun it was for you to have the best seat in the house.
Oh, it was a great night. Being in the on-ice lounge this evening was fantastic. Normally I'm up in the stands, but being on the on-ice lounge was actually fantastically great.
A different perspective, isn't it? It almost feels like you could get in the hack and throw a rock. We don't want to do that with this level of talent, do we?
Well, I mean, not me, but I'd like to try. I would love to try.
Right.
but no.
David, just a second ago, you were standing in the hallway with Bruce Mouat, and we know how much he's meant to our community. What does it mean on a night like tonight to have somebody like Bruce, who has been so open about his story? He almost got emotional here talking about the Mouat signs behind the sheet, but what he means and what a night like this means in this facility.
So, I was actually one of the people holding one of the letters of his name for that part of the night, but it's huge. I know a lot of people don't fully understand it, but representation matters. And Bruce Mouat, he does represent the community in a huge way. So does John Epping. Both of them, they're huge champions of our community. But the way that they compete and the way that they, represent themselves on the ice, it's huge. And what the curling group is doing for Pride is huge as well. Having us out tonight, inviting us to be here tonight, donating part of our ticket sales tonight was huge. So thankful to the Grand Summit Curling, so thankful to the curling group. It's a huge night. It's been a fantastic evening, and I couldn't be happier with how everything turned out.
Absolutely beautiful, David. Curling with Pride at the Granite Curling Club here in Edmonton. Earlier this week, I talked to Dean Carlson, who at the beginning of all of this was bold and brave enough and fearless enough to say, we need to find a place where people feel safe. He opened up, David, about the fact that there were curling clubs that just said no about 27 years ago, but the Granite Curling Club didn't. Tell me about that club. Tell me about Curling with Pride.
Curling with Pride, when I first moved to Edmonton in 2013, it was where I found a home, and I joined it immediately as a spare, and I was immediately welcomed. Joined the board almost immediately, shortly after moving here, and haven't looked back. I'm proudly now the president of Curling with Pride. Here in Edmonton, we started the Canadian Pride Curling Championship, and the Granite Curling Club, they're our home. They love us. They embrace us for who we are. It doesn't matter, who we have in our bedroom. All that matters is that we want to curl, and they welcome us with open arms. And I will say, I see the comments online where people say, well, it's a gay curling league. How, why do they get their own league? It's not about only welcoming gay people. We welcome everyone in our league. Gay, straight, bisexual, transgender, everyone is welcome in our league, and we have it all.
Sounds like a pretty incredible place. And actually, if fans want to check it out, our crew was there earlier this week because the season just got started on Tuesday. Kevin Jesus, one of your members, described it as going back to school. Everybody's catching up, first day of classes. You can go to the Grand Slam of Curling, all our social channels. A beautiful piece done about the community inside the Granite Curling Club. Okay, David, last thoughts over to you. Of course, like you said, ticket sales going to the league. How can people support the league? And like you say, are you looking for other members? How can people get in touch with you if they want to come down to the Granite Curling Club?
Yeah, so people can visit our website at Curling with Pride at curlingwithpride.ca. They can visit our social media, Curling with Pride, very easy, right? Curling with Pride. And when it comes to connecting with us, it is an email to curlingwithpride@gmail.ca. Join our Icebreaker Bonspiel that's happening in less than a month from now, which can be found at curlingwithpride.ca.
Fantastic, David. I'm so happy to meet you and so glad we did this.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
All right, that's David Gallant, the president of Curling with Pride. What a night here. What a finish to the final draw. We are getting a clear picture, as I said, to start the post-game show of the playoffs and the tiebreaker scenarios. 4 tiebreakers, 2 on the men's side, 2 on the women's side. Should they survive that, into the quarterfinals? And should those teams survive that, tomorrow night right here at the Silent Ice Center, it'll be semifinals Saturday. Of course, you can watch it all on rockchannel.com. That's going to do it for tonight here at the Silent Ice Center. A Friday night, Pride night, and there's no place we'd rather be. That's it for now. Good night, curling fans.